What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune in and you check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about Bronny, right? And reports that have come out that Bronny James is under pressure by the Lakers to either perform this year or they're going to move on from Bronny James. I don't think that I'm actually, in my opinion, I'm surprised that he's still there, right? And I thought that maybe Philly would, excuse me, would make room for Bronny, seeing as though they have LeBron. I also thought that as soon as LeBron James retired, and there still is going to be a possibility, as soon as LeBron James retired, Bronny James would be right behind him, or not like right behind him, but right along with him, because Bronny James is not an NBA caliber basketball player, right? And so this also leads me to believe that LeBron James is going to play at least one more year after this. I think that Bronny James and LeBron James will be reunited. I'm not sure if it's going to be this season. I think this season, LeBron James will play without Bronny, and then I think next season, then they'll bring him over to Philly, and then they can do that father son, you know, uh father son retirement tour, and I think that'll be good for the NBA, and it'll draw a lot of attention and stuff like that. That's why I don't think that this is going to be LeBron James's last year, and I think next year will be LeBron James. His 25th year, I think, will be the last year. And also, too bad his son. What's the other guy? What's his other son name? Bryce. Too bad Bryce is not really, a really good basketball player, because I can see all three of them being on Philly. But LeBron James don't have that kind of leverage in order to be able to bring Bryce with him. But I do think that Bronny James will probably join him, if not later this season, coming up before the start of his 25th season, because I think that's going to be the season that LeBron James retired, right? So with that being said, I want to shout out to Dreamers Pro. I want to play the audio because the guy from Dreamers Pro is reading like this article that that was printed in Los Angeles about Bronny James, and the fact that, as far as the Lakers are concerned, this is either put up or shut up time for him, and he's basically on thin ice.
It says, heading into his third season in the NBA, the spotlight remains on Bronny James of the Los Angeles Lakers, especially after his father, LeBron James, left in free agency. The younger star was a controversial selection, being picked by the Lakers 55th overall in the 2024 NBA draft. And while his father is no longer on the team, the pressure is mounting on the 21-year-old to prove himself as a rotation player in the league. James spent time back and forth from the NBA and the G League, and though his name has been floated in trade rumors, he appears to be staying in Los Angeles for next season. As two writers recently explained, he has a big task in front of him with the Lakers next season. It says, writing from lakeshowlife.com. I can't pronounce his name. You have to forgive me. Tab Bronny James is one of the players on the Lakers roster with the most to prove this upcoming year. Through his first two NBA seasons, in just 69 total games, James has averaged 2.7 points, zero point 0.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists on 37.4% shooting. But now, under the shadow of his father, the son of one of the league's all-time leading scorer, has greater expectations than at any other point in his career. There are many still out there who do not believe in the young Lakers guard, who do not believe that the young Lakers guard is NBA caliber player. Some will still argue that his roster spot is being wasted, he wrote. The Lakers clearly believe in Bronny to a fair degree. They did not budge to move him in the wake of LeBron's departure from the team. Bronny would only cost the Lakers around $2.5 million to keep him around for the 2027-28 season. Even so, they could easily just use that money in roster spot for a vet minimum player. That puts pressure on him to make his case. Before his father left the Lakers, the team guaranteed the third year of James's rookie contract, meaning that he's still on the payroll regardless of whether he's on the first team, playing on the G League, or waived. With that, and the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers didn't trade him to Philadelphia or any other team, it likely means that they want to see what they have in the guard this season. The NBA is a brutal business, and if James doesn't perform, his time in the league could be cut short, especially as the Lakers share championship hopes this upcoming season. Excuse me, my page was kind of like.
Sorry. So you heard what the guy from Dreamers Pro just read, right? My thing is this, right? I don't believe that the Lakers really believe in Bronny James. I think this is probably just, you know, they're not going to say what they really feel publicly, right? Because anybody who looks at the film of Bronny James and you judge him, his defense and his offense, it's just not there. And it don't, you don't have to see a lot of him just to know that it's not there. The way he move on the court, you can tell that there's not he don't have a certain level of understanding of the game, like how to set picks, how to cut, how to move within the flow of the offense. From a point guard's perspective, he's not one who is going to be able to set up his teammates, penetrate and dish the ball. So there's a lot of chinks in his armor, right? And I don't think that anybody who really knows about basketball is looking at Bronny James and saying that he's an NBA prospect. I do think that the more time that he get on the court this year, I think the more he will be exposed, right? And that's because other guards are gonna, you know, basically go at him because if you don't go at him, I mean, he's the weak link out there, so they're going to go at him. And as soon as the coach, and you saw it last year, they put him in at certain spots, just to protect him and try to hide him as much as possible. But he's not going to be put in a position where as though, I don't know if you can hide him anymore. I really, especially especially with his father not being there. I don't think you definitely can't hide him, because now, like I said, he has to prove and he has to earn a spot. Although his pay was guaranteed, the money that that he was, he gets this year, that's not even in question. What's in question is whether he's going to play his entire season with the Lakers, or if he's going to go to the G League, or maybe even possibly being moved to another team, with Philly. But I don't, he's not an NBA prospect. He's not athletic enough. He's not fast enough. His ball handling is not good enough. His defense is not good enough for him to be at that level. He's not tall. I mean, I think he might be 6 feet. He might be 6 feet. But other than that, he don't possess. And at the guard position, you have to at that guard position, that's the toughest, most competitive position in the league, because you have to be exceptional at something to play at that level. A point guard at the NBA level, 6 feet tall, you got to be exceptional. You can't be, with a big man, they'll say, well, he's a project. We're going to work on him. We're going to develop him. They're not with the guards. Too much competition, too many guards around, too many 6-foot dudes around that can just do everything: shoot, pass, penetrate, score. So with the guards, it's tough. Big men don't come a dime a dozen, but guards, they do. You can get us, man. It's so many guys out here that is his height that is just remarkably talented, right? And so and Bronny James is not one of those guys. So like I said earlier in the video, though, I do think that Bronny James is going to eventually wind up in Philly. I'm not sure if it's going to be how soon it's going to be, but he'll be there. I think it'll be a good look for the for LeBron James if he's there, because then they, like I said, they can do that tour, that the retirement tour, and then for him, LeBron James, to have his son by his side, that'll that'll be a good look for the league. But Bronny James is not ready. Um, it'll be fun watching him play this year, but I don't think now, especially if the Lakers are going to have a team that might challenge to be in the playoffs or something like that, then you have to limit his minutes, because you don't, you know what I mean. The longer he out there, the more he out there is, the more you're gonna hurt the team. So, yeah, I only thing that'll save his career now, like I said, is if they put him back with his father. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna check y'all out in the next video. Peace.